Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be setting up our UI, and we'll be building UI programmatically. So in UIKit, there are two approaches to build UI. You can go with a storyboard and lay out all the components on the storyboard and constrain them using the constraints in the storyboard itself, or you can actually build it out programmatically. Now, programmatic approach gives you a little bit more flexibility, but it's a little bit of code to write. You can actually write everything from from scratch, but the benefit that you get is you can actually reuse a lot of the components in your other app areas. That's one thing that you don't get with the storyboard. The other problem with the storyboard is when you have multiple team members in your team, then contributing to storyboard is tough, because if someone makes changes to a storyboard, or as much as just open the storyboard, Xcode decides to change some things during git commit, or any source control tool that you use, there are going to be some XML changes, and you'd have to actually resolve those changes before making your own, committing your own changes. So there are some complications with storyboards. So that's why most of the companies and most of the developers prefer building the UI programmatically. So that's what we're going to do here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to create several labels, and these labels are going to be for temperature, min and max temperature, basically your wind speed, humidity. You're going to have a control for a button for fetching the current weather data, and an activity indicator that will actually be used during the weather data retrieval. So these elements will be configured with custom fonts, colors, and titles. So we can actually just set up all that. Now, a good approach always is to create a separate view that actually has all these contained within that view. So we can actually utilize the view rather than basically building everything out inside the view controller. So what we're going to do is we're going to first create a folder, and in this folder we're going to create our view, and we're going to name this folder as views. Right, and inside this folder we are going to create a file from template, and we're going to select a Swift file, and the Swift file is going to be called weather view. All right, let's go ahead and make sure that we have UIKit imported. We're going to be using UIKit, and we're going to create a class which is going to be the extension of UI view. So we're going to create a weather view class, and we'll take the suggestion from Xcode, and it is going to be a weather view class. Now this weather view is going to have a delegate that's going to provide, and this delegate is basically going to be used by the view controller to report any tap action that happens on the screen, and that can be passed in basically to your view. Okay, so we're going to create a protocol at the top here, and this protocol is going to be called weather view delegate, and this is going to be inheriting from any object, so conforming to any object, and the function that it's going to provide is going to be did tap fetch weather. So whenever basically whoever is implementing this weather view delegate, they will have to provide the functionality for did tap fetch weather protocol function. Okay, now what we're going to do here is inside the view we're going to create a weak reference for this delegate. So weak var delegate weather view delegate. And now whenever somebody is fetching or clicking on the fetch button, they'd have actually access to some of the portions of the weather view as well, and we'll see how we actually will utilize this a little bit later in the course. Now let's go ahead and get started by creating our various different labels. So we're going to start with lazy var title label. All right, so we'll take we'll take Xcode's suggestion for UI label, and let's go ahead and actually create an instance. So we are actually lazily creating all the labels here. So let's first start with the label called basically this is going to be a type of UI label, and we're going to return this label. Return this label at the end. Okay, and this is going to the basic structure for pretty much all the labels that we're gonna have. There's just one more thing that we want to do before we copy paste it. Translate auto resizing mask to false. We want to actually set that to false, so we can basically define our own constraints instead of constraint system taking over. Okay, so now first thing I want to do is I want to take this label and copy it a few times for weather and for temperature. We're going to also use this label for min-max temperature value. So we're going to create min-max temp label. And we're gonna need a couple more. So one for wind speed, and it's gonna be humidity level. Humidity label, we'll call it. Okay. All right, so these are basically all of our base labels, and all the labels will have their own properties. So let's go ahead and start by defining the property for the title label. So this label is going to have a text, and this is going to be the default text, weather app. We're gonna start with that, and when we are ready to update this value with the name of the city and stuff, we can actually override it. But these are default values that we are providing here. Now the other thing that we want to set is basically the font. So we're gonna have UI font dot system font of size 36, and let's also give this label a text color, and text color is going to be white color. All right, so these are all the properties for the title label, and let's go ahead and get these copied over for the weather label as well. And weather label is going to show the type of weather, sunny, cloudy. So we're gonna by default say sunny, 24 as the font size, white color is good. Then we have our temperature label, and this is going to display the current temperature. Let's give it 75. For Fahrenheit symbol, we're gonna actually use the emojis and use degrees Fahrenheit. So let's go ahead and select that, and it should populate. There we go. Okay, so degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna leave the size as 36 and the color as white. Okay, for the min-max, let's go ahead and paste this. Min-max value are gonna be min. Let's set it as 56. I'm gonna copy this 56 Fahrenheit, and max 80 Fahrenheit. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's set the size for the font as 18 points. Okay, moving on to the next one, which is the wind speed. Once again, for the wind speed, let's go ahead and copy these three values, paste it in here, and the wind speed is let's say wind speed is 12 miles per hour. Okay, and we're gonna set the font size as 18, so 18 is good. Okay, so for humidity, let's set the humidity one, and we're gonna say humidity is 54%, and we're gonna leave the font size as 18. Okay, so these are all the labels that we need. Now in the next video, we're gonna create a couple of we're gonna create a button, an activity indicator, and we're gonna start putting together our initialization code for these as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.